The following contest is scheduled for a 30-minute time limit.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
And Marcus, the grand finale. And I'm joined by, to the right of me,
the racially ambiguous Lord Manny. Hey, I'm long in this
just
out
like his,
because we're going longer than 30 minutes tonight.
I like to give yourself a Howard Finkel introduction just to elongate time. And, you know, just like you're racially ambiguous, the race is up in the air, just like your shirt. Just like right there. Shirt. And let me do a very formal introduction, but hopefully brief and swift, of not one, not two, but all three faces of Jamal. Jamal, how are you doing today? And welcome to another edition of the Dub ETE show. If you put it together in initials.
The ET show.
It's DUMMAO.
All these mergers happening. I'm doing fantastic, by the way. I'm glad to see that we're all doing okay. It's been a rough little months and stuff like that, but we're back at it again. So yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but we're gonna have to mortgage one of get a second mortgage on one of Jamal's faces if you don't donate to the show.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sell it on the black market.
I already know which face that is. Pills is gonna be homeless again. Be homeless again.
Eric, and everybody, happy Juneteenth. It is June 19th, the day that the last slave was notified that slavery has ended. Even though, you know, slavery still probably going on in certain parts of that time. And it was ridiculous and it's absurd and it's disgusting. But we're not here to talk about Eric, you did not get an invite because I forgot you were off work. I'll be honest. If you want to jump on, you are free to jump on right now. I'm honestly not going to stop you. But we are here to talk about, and there goes my 30-minute time limit, already outside interference. But here we go. We're going to talk about wrestling companies and promotions working together. We all know about AEW Forbidden Door. We have WWE NXT and A right now, and other promotions going on with Noah. We've had this going on for time and again. We've had New Japan working with WCW back in the day. There's a lot to discuss, but I want to start off right off the top and say I was correct, Betty, yesterday by stating disappointment into this Royal Rumble when Cody suggested different locker rooms was going to be involved. Your mind kind of goes everywhere, but I knew in the back of my mind I was going to be disappointed, but I still had hope that we would get more TNA people, maybe more Noah people, maybe even people from locker rooms I didn't even see coming. And I'm just saying I'm disappointed with just Joe Henry being in the ring for 16 seconds and then a Kazarian.
I don't understand why Kazarian was in the ring for so long. He was in there for ages. And the fact that when Joe Henry got full entrance, the camera went shaky for the ovation.
It was emotional.
It's
that's the end. I don't think
it's the Vince booking. It's the Vince booking. We're gonna bury the other company right now. We're gonna bury them.
We're gonna say his name and he'll appear.
Yeah.
I believe in trend.
So when he was there for 16 seconds, like Manny said, he got and I know it's a much smaller venue, arena. He had a CM Punk in Chicago ovation. See what? And was, oh my God, I can't believe he's there. Jamal, what were your thoughts of Joe Henry lasting 16 seconds and the entire NXT roster and Frankie Kazarian throwing him out? And I guess Apollo.
It was just Frankie that threw him out.
No, but they ganged up on him. They all jumped on. Frankie just sided with NXT for whatever reason.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? Joe Hendry, right? He's literally a self-made guy. He's a guy that nobody really chooses when it pertains to their company. Even TNA has taken a long time for him to sit and burn with the wave your hands from side to side. I believe in Joe Hendry type stuff. It took him a while to get to that point. You know what I mean? So, but now that he's here,
why are you smiling for?
Now that
No. It's because he stopped by him. We said his name, and now he appeared. I guess West.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland.
And that's how the NXT elimination was.
That is correct. That's how quick it was.
That's how quick it was. And I actually timed it perfectly. I was like, let me go 16 seconds of this. But Eric, thanks for joining the show.
No problem.
I forgot that it was due to you're off. I would have invited you. It was no big, nothing personal.
You don't understand how it is when you go get ready to go take a shit and you open up your laptop, look at what's on YouTube, and you see motherfuckers going live on Juneteenth without you. I mean, we got the ambiguous Manny right here.
Did you shoot yourself after you did it? Eric, so we're
hey, you can't just go and get ambiguous Manny without specifying what type of ambiguous it is.
You're a brother today, Manny. You was freed. Just deal with it.
He's free in the UK, baby.
You finally get the message. It's been only so many
years. Recognized.
Today my name is Tyrone.
Soon to be recognized. London's number one, Lord Manny.
So, as the 30-minute time list goes, Eric, what were your thoughts of Joe Hendry being eliminated 16 seconds right away, and the energy of that crowd and everybody, and then the bullshit chants that followed?
So let me just point out the energy that I got is that I got home late and Shantae was watching the qualifying and just so happened NXT was on. And she's the one, she sends me a text message singing the Joe Hendry song. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, what? And then next thing you know, she's like, yeah, he showed up on NXT. And she was like, man, NXT really started off really fun and exciting with this battle. And she didn't tell me. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So I'm thinking Joe Hendry gets in the battle royal and I'm watching. And then I'm like, oh shit, he got eliminated. And then I laughed when I saw that Kazarian was in there without any type of introduction. He was in the ring. And I was like, And then the guy who Charlie Dempson was trying to recruit later on, I was like, is he an NXT wrestler? Is he a TNA wrestler? I was so confused because I've never seen that dude before.
He was on last week, and Dempsey was like, give me
Tavion Heights.
Oh, okay.
Heights, something like that. So, and this brings us to the discussion today. Every single time, and for me, a wrestling company works with the other one, I'm always disappointed. I'm never happy with the result. Yes, you may get a Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson match, and you enjoy it. But I always want an invasion angle or something that's really good to see. Like, I want a big, comic book event, and I feel like I never get that from any single promotion. The only time I've almost already got it was with the NWO, but they were already signed in WCW. I want it for real. Yes, Eric.
I just have a question. Do you feel like the reason why Scott D'Amore left TNA is because he might have been against this partnership and agreement with WWE?
No, he tried to hijack and spy the company.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
And a company that maybe tried to sell to WWE anyway.
He was trying to be Mr. TNA, man. He was really trying to be Mr. TNA, which at that point in time he was. He's the reason why people are TNA is in a lot of people's mouths right now. So, congrats to him for doing that.
So, Jamal, I toss it to you with the same question I just thought to myself. Have you ever seen cross promotion really work in a really good, solid invasion angle? Where two actual separate promotions work really well together and it actually paid off at the end?
You're just talking about invasion angles, not partnerships.
Partnerships are sometimes good.
Invasion angle isn't a partnership at that point.
Does Raw SmackDown work? Because technically it does work. Because they're different rosters.
So with the invasion thing going on, we saw how when they tried to integrate WCW and WWE and ECW all together, it was rocky. So I agree with you that sometimes it's like a disappointment, but we're not going to sit here and act like Shinsuke and Great Muta didn't fucking do some crazy things. And Shinsuke came out to WWE music. You know what I'm saying?
So, match, though.
But I'm they're about to do the same. They're about to do the same thing with AJ Styles and freaking Marufuji in Pro Wrestling Noah. So that's going to go crazy too. It's been a while since AJ been in Japan too.
I just want it to be more. Like I feel like we get these nice one-offs every now and then, like you say, you get AJ and whatever, and you get Shinsuke and Muda and whatnot. You get these nice one-offs with Danielson, Sabre Jr., but we never get something that's long-term. Not just an major angle, but a long-term, like big angle that's involved. Like if this week's Raw ended with TNA and just killing everybody instead of the Wyatt Six,
Not
that would have been
believable.
more interesting.
Not
That would
believable.
have been horrible. It would have been horrible. No.
You would have looked at you would have looked at it and go, "Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that? Who is that? Who is that? What
They
the
would
fuck
better
is that?"
they were better off doing that. They were better off doing that to on the SmackDown show, not on the Raw show.
Okay.
They're better
Manny,
off doing it
what
on the
say you?
SmackDown show.
What do you think of these partnerships? I'm always disappointed. Jamal seems to be okay with it most of the time. What say you?
It's just the hype of it all. It's just the hype of someone wanting a particular dream match. And I don't need these dream matches. They're better off being dreams because they're always letdowns. This Jordan Grace Roxanne. No, listen. This Jordan Grace Roxanne Perez thing, that was actually a trash match. Don't try and sell me on that this was good. It was that most average match possible. Most of the time,
I'm agreeing with the Lord over here.
Most of the time, all it is an average match. You get sold on the hype, and then they don't always deliver. They don't always deliver.
This is kind of why.
Patrick Jordan Grace match, huh? I didn't watch.
Well, this is kind of why I'm glad. This is kind of why I'm glad that Undertaker and Sting didn't happen, because we can always envision what that match would look like in their primes and their Yeah,
it's a better as a what if.
Eric, what are your thoughts of this cross promotion and long term or short matches, dream matches, and all that?
As you see, I'm trying to practice restraint on your show, Marcus, and wait till I'm called on before I respond. So I just want to say thank you for reaching out to me, sir.
Fuck you. I just want to as he does it on the Saturday show. As he does it on the Saturday show.
As I wade through the pool of interruptions right now, I would like to say that I think that it is a slippery slope. It is a very slippery slope having two companies work together to try to make both companies come out looking on top. I think this is the first time in the history of WWE they have done something when they're actually working with arguably another top promotion. They probably did it back in the past, but I mean, on the global thing, NXT is kind of smaller and things like that. And I think that it helps TNA because you get to see some of your wrestlers featured on WWE program. It's not the main show. And if you send some of the more inexperienced NXT wrestlers over to TNA, it may, but like, as people say in basketball and like when the playoffs, it's like, it doesn't really matter until the home team loses. So until somebody from another company comes into your territory and wins a match, the invasion means nothing, because until somebody from TNA comes over to WWE and beat an NXT superstar on NXT soil, it's just like, well, we got to figure out what's going to happen. And vice versa. Like when a WWE star comes over to TNA and they beat an TNA wrestler in their arena, then it's like, oh, okay, because like right now we're at that belief of, well, yeah, it's nice to see a TNA wrestler, but they're not going to win. You know what I mean? Like they're not winning. Why would they win? Why would I lessen my performer for somebody else's company? So you have to wait for it to become a real agreement. I mean, like, Manny, I throw to you because you watch a lot of soccer in this situation, and you know, like in the back in the day, soccer always would loan soccer players. Like, you know, this
I think
player
they still do it.
They'll be alone here, but it's not often that they loan the player in the same league that they're in. Like you won't see a player.
But they don't. They wouldn't loan. You wouldn't loan necessarily someone that is your rival. So you wouldn't necessarily like loan someone that to a team that would make a huge benefit to their team to like over you.
Like you won't see Chelsea and Arsenal. You won't see Chelsea and Arsenal be like, we're going to loan each other players right here. So I just think that you have to figure out the balance. Marcus, I agree with Manny and Jamal. I think if TNA would have invaded, it would have been worse than the Wyatt Six. I think the Wyatt Six, that's a storyline that has to stay right then and there. But, you know, I'll stay tuned and find out what random TNA person shows up. Where's ABC going to show up? That's what I need to know.
We know that it's successful because if we look back at like we're talking like 2017, 2018, or 2019 even, when NXT, when they had like Keith Lee, Adam Cole, and all them boys up down there, and then when Rhea Ripley and everybody that's like a mainstay in the main roster right now, when they were in NXT and they came up to do the angles, and they're beating the Raw
Survivor Series.
superstars, they're beating SmackDown superstars and stuff like that, so that works. Japan does it very well all the time. They keep bringing Pro Wrestling Noah to the G1 every fucking year. I mean, Jake Lee is about to be in the G1 right now, and Takeshita is also going to be in the G1. I mean, Jon Moxley is a AEW wrestler with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, what the fuck? Tanahashi is trying to figure it out as the president. Like, okay, we're just going to have these titles here, and the strong titles are going to be only American titles, but like, you know, they got to have the baseline of, you know, this is our strongest champion. If your strongest champion is not even from your company, what does that say about your company? So,
well, here's the question. Bring it back to Moxley. That was going to come up at Forbidden Door. He says currently IWGP champion. He won in that title. Basically on the Japan show, New Japan show. Does he plan on losing that at Forbidden Door in AEW? Or he's just going to lose it back? It's basically tied at that point on who's the best one. Is that where we're going with that, or would you have, Moxley retain and then lose the title to someone else, like a Umino or Yuta Soji or something?
I think that like an Umino or a Suji or a Yamura would benefit more of winning that belt, because then it builds new stars, because like Japan's old guard is done. Like, you know, they're washed. Tanahashi, Okada, Naito, all those guys are washed now. Like, you know, even like, you know, the fisherman, the fisherman, like, you know, get them niggas the fuck up out of here. Pack them up. Pack them the fuck up. But now that we're building new stars, we haven't seen Japan build new stars in a while, so this is kind of refreshing to see. Let the David Finleys of the world do what they do. Let the Gabe Kids do what they do. Let the Uminos, the Yamuras, the Sujis, the who's the kid that's in TMDK? The other one, the other young one, the shows, the O's, like, let them get their shine on, so that way they can build new stars and stuff like that. Japan has a real bad problem about building new stars. AEW has that same problem, but that's because they're using all the washed wrestlers from the indies and then trying to make them bigger stars than they are. So,
but you can argue and say that WWE had the same problem too, until they decided to reach out and do their athlete first, where they went and got all these gymnastic people and stuff like that. I mean, and then that's how you got your Trick, your Biancas, and all that good stuff. I think everybody has to figure out a new way to get stars, because if we kept with the old model, we would just continue to recycle the same people in companies left and right.
So the interesting thing about what WWE did back in like 2015, when they started poaching everybody, they just needed to establish a brand, which is what they did when they got like Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, all these established guys from the indies. They were just building the brand. Once they built the brand, then now you can build the development. Once they have like an embedded, okay, we build stars here, then that's when, like, you know, the Biancas, the Trick Williams, the Braun Breakers, and all. I mean, like, even though you get the legacy, like, you know, Velveteen Dreams, the Tyler Breeze, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a developmental system now that they can build those stars, and they can hone craft with, like, Samoa Joe was working with people in NXT, making them better. You know what I'm saying? Like, they and then people who are floundering on the main roster can actually come down and finish honing craft and this and the third. It's seamless. Like, they don't have to do too much. Like, you know, okay, let me get this refresher. Let me work with some of the new kids, so that way I can like reinvigorate my career and stuff like that. Michin and the Good Brothers are currently doing that right now. New Catch Republic and all that other stuff. So, but
it pissed me off on NXT. I just want to point that out.
Montez Redcup has lost on all the Japanese wrestlers you've named. Don't worry, you can Google each and every one of these people.
Yeah, good luck trying to spell them.
They are legit.
You gotta try to spell that.
Hey, Montez, don't worry. I'm the regular wrestling fan, so all the people that Jamal named, I have no idea who they are, and I have no desire to find out who they are. Exactly. I watched like the three main companies, and that's it.
Some of them went on AEW television and TNA and all that.
Yeah, they show up. They eventually cross their timeline. Again, if you become a star, they will become a normal name. Like Joe Henry is someone that no one probably should know, but everybody apparently knows because of his song. And it went mainstream eventually. It became a number one hit. No!
He appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So I'm going to ask the question. I see where NXT is benefiting from this working with TNA. Do I think it will last if this relationship and the ratings and the hype behind it will continue? I think it's going to last for a few months, but I don't see it going long term. I don't see the benefit of sending EO and AJ to Japan. I'm going to Manny, Eric. Man, you said enough. Jamal said enough. I've said enough. Manny has barely said enough. How dare you raise your hand? I am going to Manny. I am going to Manny.
Tyrone, actually.
I'm sorry.
Manny Tyrone Hayes.
Manny Carmelo Tyrone Hayes. With the Tim Zone. Manny.
I'm trying to find a chain.
There's no way you have a chain on you. What is it? I don't see the benefit there to be. I know the plan is to, I guess, expand the market in Japan, but every promotion has tried to do that. It seems like New Japan and no one has that on lock.
Do you remember before the pandemic, Triple H was standing in front of a map of the NXT global expansion? I think with TKO, I think they've said, fuck that global expansion. Let's just work with other companies. So you can throw some wrestlers here and there. Like someone that's not really doing anything that may need to improve. You can just go, do you know what, go over there. But right now they're just spectacle. Like it's, EO's going over there and AJ's going over here. It's spectacle because it's like, let's throw some of our bigger names to kind of go, yeah, there's like a little working relationship here. But then you may see like what we've already seen before with Charlie Dempsey going over there and doing things on American soil as well for other companies. You'll start seeing that happen. I think it's important for them to probably have a global expansion, but like I don't think they're going to do it on their own. Like I don't think like when they were thinking of doing NXT Japan, there's too much stuff going on in Japan already for you to put in your own kind of source, like your own little camp there, because you'll be taking business away from them. So it's easier to do business with the other companies for your lesser known talent to get them some XP.
Yeah, I understand younger talent going over there. Like I 100% support Charlie Dempsey going over there. In any company, I support any of the younger guys going over there getting experience. I think learning different styles, working in different companies is always beneficial, and they will, build up their whole career that way. I just don't understand veterans other than the fact of we got a dream match here. And I don't understand business-wise that, for me, doesn't work. I don't care. You John Cena circa 2006. You ain't got no thugonomics degree. I'm shooting down to Councilman Eric, who had a statement, who yielded his time, as I told him to be quiet for a minute. But what were you going to chime in and say?
First of all, because I don't think we're talking about NXT at all, I just want to give a shout out to, Tyson and Tyrone from Getting Gallus Boys. I was appreciate what they jumped him in the back. I said that had to happen.
Fuck them. No, fuck OTM.
Hey, Tyrone, on Juneteenth, that had to happen. It had to happen. Gallus was going unchecked and beating up too many black people, and I was glad they got their ass. Okay? They got to get their ass.
I was fearing too many black people were dying in the WWE, as the Wyatts killed one as well.
Killed three. Rabbit's a racist.
We're not even talking about how Javon Evans won the whole freaking battle royal. He's gonna get his shot.
He did not win.
But back to the point. Back to the point that you guys were talking about. I do feel that the thing about WWE, I think it is a marketing ploy. You send over some of your wrestlers who are not at home, not doing anything. You get to have this other company talk about WWE. It's like great. The company will treat them well. You get your name in markets that's not there. Does it hurt if you send Apollo Crews over to Japan? Or I'm just like, it doesn't hurt if you send like your
he ain't doing shit.
If you send your C-level talent over there to wrestle. Yeah, because you know what, being in WWE is a bigger name. As for I don't, and this, you guys may disagree with me. I don't think TNA superstars showing up on NXT makes any difference at all. I think it's more of a novelty thing that some hardcore fans who are not used to WWE working with everybody, but I don't see like hearing like Joe Hendry and Kazarian showing up is going to really pop a number, in my opinion. And I think it helps TNA more because, like, you know, TNA taped their shows. So if you find out that like WWE superstars are going to appear on their shows, it's like, oh, let me go see what they're going to do in TNA. Like,
Eric, but don't you think it's a kind of petty ploy? Do you not think it's a petty ploy?
Oh, he's taking it
to start closing the door on the forbidden door and opening the portal, opening up that prohibited portal to other places.
Before you answer, I would like to dap up Manny. That was the exact question I was about to send to Eric about.
I'm not used to being on his side. You're on my side.
I'm on the dark side. But
get it together.
But that was the exact same question.
I'm here for view.
Do you think all of this is a ploy by WWE to take the last blow, a manipulative strategic move to pull the rug from AEW by saying, oh, they're only working with New Japan and CMLL, but we can work too. And who would you rather work with, the WWE, or would you want to work for, as they will put it, them over there? Cody's startup company that he abandoned.
I'll tell you this right now. I think it's one of those things where WWE is trying to show that they're a different company. They are not being ran by Vince anymore. Are you talking to Jasper?
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I don't know what was going on. Is he getting the bed delivered? Is he getting the bed delivered?
We need to see what's going on here.
I mean, somebody's at his door. We can see what's going on in the bottom screen. This is more exciting than anything else. You know what? He took, hold on, executive decision. Let's add him back to the screen so he can watch out what he's doing. What he got right there? Served. He got served with some paperwork. Got served with some paperwork right there. Are you the father? Are you the father?
They just told me I owe each player $50 in Monopoly. No, it was a code for the Amazon locker from downstairs. Now, and the landlord just brought it up right now. I didn't know if she was coming at all. She was knocked on the window, and I was like, huh? I don't think she knew I was going to be here either.
Well, you kind of reacted like it was a booty call when you ran up there.
I was like, who's in my window?
To answer your question, Marcus, briefly, and like, I do think it's a ploy by Triple H to show Tony Khan, hey, I can do this better than you. And also, any potential free agents, if you want to go work in other companies and stuff, that we're building up relationships with other companies for you to go travel and not just have to stay under the WWE umbrella. However, it will be more profitable for you to become a star in WWE. But if you want to go wrestle in New Japan or places like that, you can do that. And New Japan, if you want to work with us, we're available. I mean, let's be honest. And Jamal, you might be the only one who cares about this rendition of Forbidden Door, but like CML don't really push the needle for me. Like these people fighting AEW,
they got the wrong Mexican company. They should have went to AAA. AAA has the stars.
Exactly, but AAA knew better.
They work with both though. AEW has a working relationship with both Mexican companies.
No, they don't work with AAA.
No, when they worked with CMLL, that pissed AAA off. Was like, oh, we ain't fucking with you no more.
Yeah, and AAA technically has a working relationship with TNA.
Yes.
That's the last time. That's the last standing.
That's the last thing Scott D'Amore did.
Yeah. When we were at the Vegas show, he announced that. We were like, oh, that's nice to do.
Which means that Sin Cara
they do have
in
people
WWE.
who wrestle in AAA, but they don't have the access of like your the AAA stars. I guess Alberto Del Rio and Crazy Clowns, and there's a bunch of other people.
But I think my last thing, like the whole thing about AEW, and this is the issue that I've always had with AEW. I always felt that Tony is just a one-trick pony. Like it's if when he ran out of surprises to debut, when he ran out of surprises of people to hire and stuff like that, it's like, what can you do to move the needle? And I feel like Forbidden Door was a great idea. However, you don't need to do it every year. He should have made it seem more special, like every couple of years or something like that. Like you don't oversaturate something that you need to do, because also it should be natural feuds that are built up for it, not something that just like, oh, we have this show, let's do it. All
right, Eric, I want to yield you for time because I put us on a 30-minute time limit, but I have asked Commissioner Slaughter for 5 more minutes, and we're going to get 5 more minutes, so we're going to 35 minutes now.
He is not the commissioner here, Marcus. You know who it is.
Jack Tunney?
Bob Blackland.
Don't worry about it. I won't hold you up because I do have to shower because I have a doctor's appointment I have to go to. But I could not. I had a bad issue of FOMO.
But Eric, to your point, right? When it pertains to what you were talking about, Ring of Honor has done that with New Japan back in the good Ring of Honor. They did War of the Worlds literally every year, and then it was just basically have Japan come over and their top stars, and it'd be top guys from both companies doing the damn thing. So it can work, but the problem is what they do with Forbidden Door. They have top guys wrestling like lower level guys, or if they had the top guys wrestling each other, then it's like few and far between. It's like the onesies and twosies, and then they'll bring like the scrubs afterwards for either shows.
Jamal, I'm gonna.
Eric, I give you 1 minute at a time.
No,
let's not be talking about Ishii like that.
I'm going to disagree with you, Jamal, for the simple reason it did not work, because if it would have worked, they wouldn't have been bought by Tony Khan. And I just think that it's one of those things. It's a fine art that you have to balance working with another company. It's just that it's very difficult to try to have that balance to make sure everybody wins in the situation.
Okay.
I don't know.
To go with both arguments. All
right, Stephen A.
I like to say. To say that.
Oh, wait, companies... you're Molly. I'm sorry, you Molly.
Molly Quirk. He don't look good as Molly, dog. I'm sorry.
What that make Manny Shannon Shannon?
I can see Manny being Shannon. But no, Manny's JJ Reddick. Jamal could be Stephen A. and I could be Shannon. Now, come on now, Molly. Come on, Molly. Come on, Molly.
No, wait. Now, wait.
Hold on a damn minute. No, Stephen A., we don't have time for that. We gotta go. We gotta move on. No, anyway.
Look, he's my brother. I love him. He's my brother.
Skip. You're the rope.
Skip. Ryan is Skip. Left alone with Paul Pierce and saying all that randomness. Anyway, like Eric said, they did do the War of the Worlds. So this goes back to my argument of stuff like when people do the cross promotions. At a time, it did work for Ring of Honor, working with New Japan. It did bring more people to the eyes of Wrestle Kingdom, like 9, when they all worked over there. We got a good glimpse of like Ring of Honor and New Japan. But eventually, those ties fade, and it didn't really work for Ring of Honor because everybody was like, "Oh, New Japan's the greater product. I'm going over there, and I'm going to watch Okada and all these other guys, and Kenny Omega at the time, and even Jericho.
They're better wrestlers
and go
for
over
it.
there. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. And then, it didn't really work for Ring of Honor because of that. But at the time, they did probably make a little extra change off the top. But it was a short-term fix for something. Was a long-term problem was people were going to leave Ring of Honor, and we have to recreate new stars. And when WWE created NXT, that kind of took out a lot of other athletes and indies, and they were trying to bring all their people in there. It just took away all their talent, essentially.
When AEW came, that was the death of Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, no one spoke about when AEW came about, Ring of Honor, no one spoke about ever again till Tony Khan purchased them.
Yeah,
that was the real death of Ring of Honor. AEW was the last. Ring of Honor was probably the last thing holding on when NXT was about. But then when AEW came about and they needed wrestlers, that's when everyone went.
I think that WWE should have bought the Ring of Honor guys, and those Ring of Honor guys should be NXT or WWE guys right now. But that's just me.
I don't necessarily think that WWE would have benefited from having Ring of Honor guys, especially with that NIL project they got going on. They just keep producing star after. They're not stars, but like athletes that are just insane. Like some of them are better than people that have been doing it for 5 years.
I want to say this. I think that the NIL program might be the best professional wrestling to ever happen, because even the people who get let go from the Performance Center, they're so much better off than some of these other indie shows with understanding how to wrestle, that I think they can get jobs in other places if they continue to pursue it. Like tapping in on the athletic market of people who are not good enough for the Olympics and the NFL and the NBA was probably one of the best ideas that they've ever done. And I think that I can't believe it took them this long to do that.
Well, again, and we need, if we're talking about working with Ring of Honor and working with people back in the day, Redacted wouldn't have used any of these people. Like,
Yeah,
how
saying
tall
that,
are
though,
they? What can you bench? Braun
what
Breaker has been
NFL
the only
team
person-
did not think to keep Bron Breakker around? The way he ran across that ring and then destroyed Ludwig, I swear,
Yeah,
any
but
Depends
defense
on
could
your
use that guy.
position.
Any
Depends on the
defense
position
could
that
use
you're
that
trying
guy.
to
not
play.
all athleticism.
Because I'll
There
tell you
takes a
something
bit
right
of
now.
Like
intelligence in there,
Gable
too.
Stevenson's gonna fail in the NFL if he
Yeah.
even gets called up past red shirt or whatever the fuck.
You
I
don't
don't-
believe him? You don't believe your Bills can develop them, as
Man,
we discussed in the
Jamal, I
pre-show?
disagree with you so much, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like, people don't understand how freakish the NFL athletes are. Like, yeah, Bron Breakker is great running those ropes, but trust me, he's probably like the slowest person on the team. Like, and unfortunately for Bron Breakker too, his downfall in the NFL, they eliminated the fullback position, and that's what he played. He played fullback. Like, we don't do fullbacks no more in the NFL. Like
a lot of good. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Like a lot of good wrestlers. A lot of good wrestlers. We're talking Roman Reigns. We're talking Baron Corbin. Like a lot of them came from the NFL portion of things. Like a lot of NFL players that can't play NFL translate to good wrestlers or decent wrestlers or become better wrestlers than they were football players. So.
Yeah, I don't want to say this, though. The greatest football player turned wrestler is The Rock, and you can't take that from him.
No, so last night on NXT, Shantae had the
He's the
coldest.
final boss.
Mark, I know you got to wrap it up, but Shantae had the coldest line last night with NXT. She was like, "Damn, Ava looked just like The Rock." And as a man, that's a good thing. But as this,
The Rock's knees at it again.
No, we're talking about Anawahi shoulders.
I mean, she looked like a fullback, man. She was out there ready to attack some people.
She looked like the guy that took out Mbappe.
Ava's big problem. She has a size and build. She should be treated like someone like, a China or Ripley or something like that. But the problem is, couldn't wrestle.
The problem with Ava, she can't talk either.
She got none of The Rock's features of athleticism, charisma, or anything like that. But maybe The Rock, who has multiple other kids that he looks like he takes care of and raise, they will be the ones for him.
Shout out to Lola Vice. And shout out to NXT, man.
For what?
Because I like how she in her place.
What I yielded 5 more minutes for was any thoughts from the NXT this weekend or this week, and was it a thumbs up and thumbs down? So, and Eric, since you're here, thumbs up or thumbs down for Lexi King? He got thumbs down for me.
Lexus Key didn't do what he needed to do. I wanted him to be in the Final Four, so it's a thumbs down. But at the end of the day, when he got eliminated, he's in the middle of the road because he was arguing with everybody else who got eliminated, and I found that very entertaining.
He got eliminated by
He got eliminated
bad
by
Alexis
Angel
King,
Garza.
yeah. That's
He
all
should
he
be
did.
bad, Alexis King.
But this is Angel Garza with the long hair. I don't know what he doing, but F him for growing hair like that.
Hair. Where did he get all that hair?
That's that legado hair, dog. That's that
He was
legado.
like-
That's that diamond.
Fabio and stuff.
Jamal, what was your highlight from NXT this week?
Joe Henry getting smoked for 16 seconds. That's
Manny, do you have a alternate highlight of NXT?
No,
as
so
well?
it is Joe Henry for coming out like he was Triple H returning at Madison Square Garden. There's nothing else. There is absolutely nothing else that really happened on this show.
Are we gonna give low lights? I enjoyed the show though. We're gonna give low lights.
No lights.
Go ahead.
No. Oh, hold on. Let me get my highlight then. My highlight, and I thought I would never say this on the NXT show, is the unseen police involvement scenario, fight the stands, awkward segment moment of Brooke Gibson, in which Brooke Gibson is being pulled out, and you see him in the background of the Oba and Wesley segment, which segment wasn't going anywhere. Neither one of them had anything shit, but it was distracting as hell. And then I like the unnecessary, let's talk to Eddie Thorpe in the parking lot just to see him get arrested again and pulled out and look in the background.
I like the concept, but I don't like the person that's being used for it.
I know. It's the worst.
Anyone else, this would bang. Anyone
Let me
else.
tell you this. I would be more acceptable of Jack Perry if this was him. not in NXT, but if this was AEW's use of Jack Perry and being like, oh, you know what? At least he's a decent wrestler in the ring. And you know what? They may deliver something with this. But Brooke Jensen got nothing.
Hey, you
but
guys
I
need to put
enjoyed the segment. And
y'all
what's
need
your low
y'all
light?
need to put some respect on Brooke Jensen's name. Watch, he gonna come back on steroids and everything. He gonna be a true man. I mean, they trying to make a NXT low level witch version of John Moxley right here. I can see what they trying to do.
TRT Jensen, man.
Yeah, can I get some of your
I've been
highlights?
fucking with Brooke Jensen for a long time. I've been on that island by myself. I picked some bad people to cheer, man.
Isn't that Bull Buchanan's son?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, and then
it
the other one's floundering too. The other one that just loves him some JBL whispered in his ear one time.
Oh,
when
you
he
mean
thinks he's
Big Christian?
Briggs.
He's a Christian.
Josh
He's
Briggs.
supersized Christian.
Nah, he's Tyson Tonko, and he knows
I thought
it.
he was Mini Matt Morgan. I thought he was Mini Matt Morgan. And I would like to also confirm Ridge Holland is still nothing to me but a modern day Lars Sullivan, and I see it more and more the more he wears red. I'm just saying. And what were your lowlights? If you
Like
want to bring it up?
first, I just want to give a shout out to them boys getting the Gallows boys in the back because, like, you know, Joe Coffey was upset that the blacks was having a match without him, and then he got beat up by some blacks, and I was like, yeah, that's what your ass get. But the low light for me was Mi Chin having a match, losing the match, and then coming out with the OC like she didn't even have a match.
Shit.
Happy and showing them titties.
Yeah, like came out in a whole totally different outfit. I was like, you just lost a match, a championship match, and like you know, I'm like, what the hell,
she's
man?
blood feuding with Jada Parker and OTM, who were around, and I felt like they were gonna get their get back, but he was not in the mood for that tonight.
So the OC and OTM should not have this match that they're gonna fit in. They're fitting to do that shit. So I don't know.
The heat wave, yeah, you know, it's gonna happen.
And on the side note of OTM, Jamal, were you able to check out Reggie in GCW? I see highlights of him.
I actually shared a few posts of him doing flippy dippy doodah shit like he's Ricochet and Will Ospreay 2017. So
that's what's gonna happen with Ricochet, y'all, when he leave.
Nah, Ricochet too old to flip like Reggie.
Sign.
Reggie still.
I don't think Ricochet leaving, y'all. I just don't.
He's gonna sign. He's gonna sign back. He's got too much momentum.
Yeah. Like, you don't kill somebody off like that and then go to AEW to go have one match with Will Ospreay and then disappear.
Because you know what Ricochet does have in his back pocket? When you look at Bron Breakker, all you see Roman Reigns, John Cena, some Goldberg in there. What I mean by that is big star potential. And if I have potential to come back and fight a big star or the number one guy, I'm making number one guy money, and I am signing back.
And then on top of that, the revenge guarantees that he wins that feud, and now Samantha Irvin could have a husband or a fiance that she could be proud of.
You don't know he's gonna win. I don't know about that. Ricochet ain't known to win big things.
Yeah. I think die this week. I don't think he beat Bron Breakker.
The small package is the most dangerous move in pro wrestling.
I'm also gonna say shout out to the young OG because I think you know what, he got some potential, man. Yeah, he bouncy, but you know he once he get his timing down and stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna be something. Roxanne Perez, man, they gotta find somebody else. I just don't believe her yet. She's trying to be a bad girl wearing makeup. I mean, Wendy Chu was more convinced as being evil than she is.
No, the problem there was Eric. Lola Vice has been doing this for a year?
Yeah,
a year.
And she looks way better.
Roxanne's been doing this since she was a teenager, and she presented herself better. She speaks better than Roxanne. The only thing Roxanne's got going for her is Booker T on commentary. That's it. I can't wait for the moment she loses, and then I'm going to be so excited for when Conrad got butthurt when Eric Bischoff started talking about AEW.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing you said, Eric.
Anyway, it's just funny they have so many more talented female wrestlers. Like I feel like Fallon Henley in her new outfit and everything would be a better.
No. So Roxanne is a talented wrestler. She just can't do everything else.
No, like, and let's be honest. she probably should have stayed a face. Like her evil bad girl, it don't make any sense to me.
You have to try though. You have to try, Eric. You have to
You
try.
gotta try something, but I do like the fact that she brought up. I saw you looking at the title, which
Yeah,
you
she
know, which no one ever brings up in these WWE clips of when people are mesmerized by looking at their title and you know they're gonna turn. And
last
I
thing-
like the fact that she turned on Lola Bice before Lola got the hand to hit her in the face.
Last thing I do have to, because I do have to go shower, but the thing about it that I would say that I really appreciate the young OG for the last shot. He was the one that put the belt in the middle so they could have the top down shot with the title in the middle with everybody reaching for it. And then of all the people who was reaching for the title, I was thinking to myself, damn, I don't want none of these people to have this title. No Sean Spears, no Trick Williams, no, not the tightest tits of the game, and not even Mr. Bouncy. I was like, y'all ain't my champions. I need another.
I get paid. Ethan Page was the one
I get paid. He looks like a champion.
It's a Toronto. It makes sense.
I need to give a warning to someone. Mama Rhodes.
Mama Rhodes.
You have talked shit to two wrestlers recently, The Rock and some AJ Styles. I saw Randy Orton glance at that title a few weeks last week. You try that shit with Randy, you are a dead woman. You are a dead woman. She will RKO you. Stay away, Mama Rhodes.
I'll tell you this right now. I think you just got a spoiler. I'm almost 100% sure. Somehow, some way, Mama Rose is taking an RKO for Randy Orton because it has to. At this point,
it has to happen. Now it has to happen. It absolutely has to happen.
Oh.
Damn, because I know everybody want Roman to come back, but I need Randy and Cody to feud before that happens.
Hopefully,
Roman's gonna be locked up in bloodline business. So you guys,
Roman's gonna be locked up in family business.
Because Solo looked into the eyes of Cody at the pay-per-view. He didn't look at the title. He looked at his eyes. So that's where he's not the tribal chief.
Yeah, but Solo's dumb. He don't know where to look.
Yeah,
Solo's dumb. He don't know where to look.
Shout out to them Tonga boys for doing the damn thing, man. It's good to see them in WWE.
They should send Bobby Lashley to TNA. I know he's worked there before. He can lose the Moose.
Yeah, he was like the nigga, but no, Moose already beat him. Moose beat
him again.
Moose beat him. Moose beat Joe. Moose beat mad niggas already. He beat AJ. He beat him.
Hey, are you guys excited for Dynamite tonight? Is there anything? Because I know Manny.
No, we're not going.
Manny posted that card.
We're not talking anymore into Dynamite.
This is everything else, though. This is ETE.
Yeah,
because we're doing a show tomorrow.
I ain't never been on ETE, Marcus. I ain't never been here. This is the uncharted territory for me, man.
We defer all the AEW business to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show tomorrow. Go peep them out.
There's no Untitled Manny and Marcus show, but we can have one now if you want. Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show.
That is Lord Manny Hayes.
Or we could do this. This Jamal and Eric. We ain't never had that. Hello, Jamal. Welcome to our show. You know what? Yeah. What?
You did a Veterans Day episode. You guys did a Veterans Day episode. It was watched by 7 people. We can't have that happen again.
Me and Jamal had a great time.
I'm sure.
When we did when we talked about the Veterans Day episode,
the vacuum of the channel, because nothing was surviving in there.
Okay, so I have talked to the commissioner. We are now officially going to Iron Man status. We will make the hour. Jamal and I have been eliminated for making 30 minutes and 45 minutes. Manny is still on pace for the hour and 15. Eric,
I gotta still take a shower, so I might got 2 minutes left.
That's what he told his wife.
She knows.
Look, don't make me turn my drums on.
He can have sex 3 times in that time.
Hey man, see you guys are talking about hang time, but you need to be focused on the recovery. That a brother was able to recover after 3 shots like that. That's pretty good. Recovery, man. Get that shit right.
That boy bouncing.
Bounce back.
So, Eric, you watching House of the Dragon?
No, I haven't watched it yet because Shantae.
I will not ruin it for you.
I will not ruin it for you.
Shut up, man! I'm gonna tell you about. I'm gonna talk about some shit with you. I didn't even know that was good. I thought that was a dragon quote for a minute. certain accent. All right, so we're going to extend the AEW card tonight on Dynamite. Manny posted in the chat, and Eric responded. You guys both seem disinterested in the card. I thought it was an all right show. You got the face-to-face with Ospreay and Swerve. That makes sense. And you have the one-on-one match between Rush and MJF. MJF is always a delight in the ring. I think you guys are just boiling it all down to an 8-man tag because you guys hate 8-man tag. Eric, you wanted to bring this up?
Oh no, I'm just curious because I want to ask Jamal this question. What do you feel Swerve as a champion? How do you feel that it's going for him? Because I feel like this is a disappointment. Like he might have been the first African American champion in AEW, and this being Juneteenth. But I feel like he hasn't really done anything that makes me remember his title run. Like he's the example of a paper champion.
He needs. This is Cody's problem too. He needs a good rival, like a really good rival. Besides Roman, the chase is always better than the actual defense and stuff like that. Unless you're like Roman Reigns, the closest thing to the memory.
Flip-flopping the whole time.
You said what happened?
Swerve's not a face. Swerve's like flip.
Yeah, he was a heel the whole time. So like, but again, like, you know, I think that once they integrate Hangman back into that title picture, then we're gonna see a whole different dynamic of, you know, because Hangman's already been champion, Swerve is now the champion. That the matches that they've had together. So like, you know, he needs that one good, like, oh, this is my John Cena Randy, this is my you know, Shawn Michaels, Triple H type stuff. He needs that. And until they produce that for him, then it's going to be lackluster. The same thing with Cody Rhodes too. He needs to find that again.
Now, Marcus, I'm sorry about this. Now I have an opposite question for Manny. Manny, when Will Ospreay takes the title away from Swerve, do you think Ospreay will fall into the same category as Swerve with not having a good opponent and he'll become stale and boring?
Because Tony Khan is a racist and he'll book Will perfectly.
I'm not calling the man a racist. I'm going to say this.
Look how he's all the black champions. Look how all the black champions. They have been in.
You can put that to all their champions are mostly in.
Hook's been booked better than Swerve.
Okada's in. You know, you can go with a bunch of in out there.
The Young Bucks have no business being tag champions.
Yeah, but let me say this. There's been nothing wrong with Swerve title run, except
apologists.
Hold on. Except that Tony Khan is a person of that latest shiny object, and he has tunnel vision. And when he was all over Swerve, he should have gave him the title, but he decided to keep it on Samoa Joe, and kind of lost steam. And before that ended, it was all Will Ospreay's time. He's all focused on Ospreay, just like he's in the song, and it's the only thing he's actually focused on. Even MJF, who is probably his biggest star, maybe one of the highest paid people now with the extension, should be a focal point on the show. But I think even he is falling symptom to the Tony of the moment now. It's all about Ospreay is my guy. Manny, what say you? You're an Englishman.
It's been real. See you guys on Saturday.
They've got too many people that seem like main eventers that are in the mid-card scene. They've got too many people that could be main eventers in other companies that are in the main event in the mid-card scene. And like, you don't want to see Will in this position, but at the same point, you can't have it. And then you don't want to see MJF in this position, but not everyone can be champion, but you got to keep some of these guys relevant, and putting them in these really boring mid-card feuds. It's like, I don't care about what goes on with MJF Roosh. Do not care.
Yeah, Roosh doesn't benefit from this either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, MJF might benefit if he wins the feud because of all the accolades that Roosh has, but nobody gives a fuck about Roosh accolades because nobody has seen Roosh.
Yeah, because MJF's already been world champion.
Yeah. In AEW, Roosh is not big picture.
This is why Andrade is back in WWE right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's doing the exact same shit he was doing in AEW.
At least he's a champion.
Andrade is not. Andrade isn't a tier talent. Andrade is where he's going to stay forever. He's going to be mid card permanently. He's not top tier talent.
He
We're
proved
every
that.
though.
The thing with Andrade is a lot of things with everybody else that has like no good English. If they learn English well, then they're gonna be able to translate well. They have to take the time to learn the English, and then once they learn the English, then they can cut the promos and stuff like that. More
They,
bilingual superstars are gonna benefit more than freaking the non-bilingual superstars. That's why Kenny
but
Omega was so successful in Japan, because he took the time to learn Japanese, and then he became a bigger draw. Like you know what I'm saying.
he worked out. Like the one person who you could say took all the time and the learn the English language and whatever. It's the best crossover. I mean, yes, he's troubled in his ways, but Alberto Del Rio, for all his flaws, was exactly what you need of someone who can fluent in English and Spanish and can wrestle as well. And that's kind of what you want. Like Santos is there, I believe, but I don't think the statue. He's too
I
short.
think
Yeah, he's too short.
his limit is mid card title.
Yeah.
He's got to win. He's got
He's US
big time.
championship, and maybe if you switch him to another show, the other show, Intercontinental champion, but he's gonna have to do nefarious things with nefarious people to even get that. Like,
To
you
be
know,
fair,
His
to be
issue,
fair, I
he's
think
too young. He was too old to be to go to the heavyweight title when he signed with WWE.
to be
And
fair, I could see him beating Priest and holding that title. I could have him hold with the world title because that doesn't seem like the actual title.
why you take
the thing is too is like he has a group behind him, so as long as the group helps him elevate, then that's fine. Like you can use your group to
Jamal, I
become
ain't seen La
champion.
Madrina for weeks. I haven't seen her for weeks.
Well, because Electra Lopez is fucking trash, so like
Okay,
she
since
is
we
a
are,
man.
I mean, this could be a subject of its own, but I'm going to throw it in at the end. Here's the last 5 minute discussion, I guess. As we're talking about all the Latino wrestlers, whether it's Lola Vice, Damian Priest, Santos Escobar, Roosh, and whoever, I feel like the biggest breakout babyface, and this may be the hottest take of the show, even though people love to boo this man, I think Dominic Mysterio might be the next world champion.
He is. He is.
As
He is.
a babyface and cheered at some point. He's on that
I mean,
trajectory.
look what they're doing right now, and he's not even he's wrestled probably like what 2 matches or whatever not, but he's like the
Yes,
focal
it's been
point
two.
of everything that's going on, and that's not just due to Rhea Ripley being like mommy. It's just him being him. He's naturally being himself almost, and people are jacking it, and he can be like this. Like we can see aspects of his like what he could do as a babyface, even in the heel role. He's doing babyface shit right now, especially with this Liv Morgan bullshit going on. Bullet Club Liv is about to take over fucking the Judgment Day, one nigga at a time. So,
Support Bullet Club Live. I never believed it. Like I never believed in her. And Jamal, you can jump in on this too, but I feel like you gotta go.
No, he won't. He won't. He doesn't support Bullet Club Live.
I'm just saying, this is the best
unfortunately,
work of her career. It's the best work of her career, and I never believed in her, and she's proven me wrong as being someone that is worth every dollar.
it's always the second run.
Yes, of course
Yeah.
I will Live. Of course I
It's
will.
always the-
Watch her. Yes.
So
Well, look at Nia Jax. She's out there too. Like quote unquote the second runs that you were saying. Like people do get better on the second run. They learn from their mistakes. But that concludes our show today. I thought this was a really good Juneteenth edition of the show, where we were free to talk about everything, partnerships and whatnot. I thought it was a really good comparison. I did not spend on this being a fatal 4-way. It turned into a fatal 4-way Iron Man match or whatever Shawn Michaels called a deadline match, where we failed multiple times. But I would hate to see Ishii in such a match because he would be paying 25,000 times.
oh God, and a hot dog.
Yeah, but I feel like his contract would be $1,000 every pin.
Yeah. Every time I gotta look at the light, you owe me $550,000 or whatever it be at the end.
Do not believe I am. I'm Ishii. Ishii.
For more content, there will be no Untitled Manny and Marcus show tomorrow. There will be the Try Not to Laugh number 5, which we will fail to try not to laugh one more time. And then
That shit
we'll
is
be back
hilarious.
Saturday for the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast starring me, Manny, and Eric. Jamal, if you want more of him, you can check out the Mid-Card Mess podcast on
Now on
SoundCloud
Spotify.
and Spotify, which is now located on there. Or it's soon to be where you can get all your podcasting content and whatnot. So we hope you guys enjoyed this show. And just like multiple people, I believe in Joe Henry, and he better come back, Sean. He better come back. That was
Well,
bullshit.
he shot that thing with Shawn Michaels for socials.
Yeah, he better come back.
And Shawn Michaels said he
like,
believes. It's not like he recorded that with Ava.
It becomes official when you say with Shawn Michaels.
The Rock's knees and Anawahi shoulders strikes again.
Anawahi's shoulders are strong. He's holding the weight of a family on there. The weight of that Anawahi family tree that no one understands.
Handshakes and people on the side.
Handshake Nia Jax is from the far corner, not attached to anyone. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Superfly Jimmy Snuka's on there, I think, as well. It's just
Is he?
I don't know.
Tamina need to make that tree. Ain't no money meaner than Tamina.
Oh, if Tamina was on that tree, then Jimmy Snuka was on. Yeah, true. Hold on. Braun Breaker is meaner than evil, Manny. Braun Breaker is meaner than evil. But see you guys later. Hope you guys have a nice Juneteenth and a great day. Goodbye.
Oh, we made a whole